Continue with our methods and theory. Today, we want to talk about participant and non-participant observation. So for participant observation, what does that imply? It means that you are trying to develop an understanding from the point of view of those that you want to observe. That is participant observation. So the researcher becomes an observer at the same time participating so that he or she can understand why and what makes those that are behaving that way they are behaving. Do you get it? No. For participant observation, this simply means that research is going on, but this research involves the researcher being involved in the group.
Yes.
So that means you want to see things from the point of view of those being observed.
Yeah.
That is participant observation.
Yes.
So here I wrote, participant observation is used to develop an understanding of the world from the point of view of the researcher. So this means researchers put themselves in the same position as those that they are researching. That is participant observation.
Yes.
So we have 3 stages to participant observation. We have getting in, getting out, getting in, staying in, and getting out. So we're going to start with getting in. So when I talk about getting in, I go, this is the stage at which the researcher joins the group. That is the stage at which the researcher joins the group. So joining that group, then you have to decide as a researcher, as an observer, if you want to go covert or overt. So that is the stage you have to adopt a style or a system because you are a new person. You are new into that group. So it is important. Questions will come based on the fact that you have not been part of that group before. So being part of that group now makes you to be like a new member. So now you have to decide if you have to come out to unveil your identity or you keep your identity. That is when, so if you are unveiling your identity to the group, it means you are using overt system. And if you are not revealing your identity, you are concealing it to yourself, then that is covert system. I think it's clear.
Yes.
So as soon as you have chosen the style you want to use, if it is overt or covert, then it is important for you to be familiar with the group. And being familiar with the group means you need to keep a relationship with members, strong members in that group. Those are what we call the gatekeepers. They are the ones that own the group. So whatever they say, they listen to them. The other members in the group listen to them. So we call them gatekeepers. So you have to find a way of building a relationship with them. So because they are the ones that are going to, put you through to the group. Is it clear?
Yes.
So now that is done, as soon as you are into the group, the next stage is staying in that group. That is a big work. Why? Because you need to gain the trust of members. And that is the only way they'll be able to tell you things you need to know. And that is the only way they will continue to participate in that research. Do you get the point here? So staying in needs you to gain the trust of other members. And that is the only way, and that's the only reason that they will participate or be in that group. If not, they won't participate.
So staying in is all about
Gaining the trust.
Yeah.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Then that takes us to
Yeah.
getting out. Getting out is when the researcher or the observer is leaving the group. But when you are leaving the group, you must not destroy the relationship. You must not damage the relationship you've created with the group. And you must be objective and not impartial with your accounts. So whatever information you have to write, it must not be you must not be partial about it. And there must be accurate accounts. And you must, at the end of it all, keep the identity of members. Is it clear?
Yes.
Now, we'll go to covert and overt participant observation. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay. So for covert and overt participant observation, here I wrote. Here I wrote covert participation or participant observation. That's the first one. The group doesn't know that they are being observed. The group doesn't know that they are being observed they see the researcher as a new member of the group. That's when you are using covert participant observation. You are a covert observer. The group will see you as a new member. That's how they see you. So this means that the truth about your identity is being concealed. You're not telling them the true identity about you, and they don't know the reasons why you are there, the reasons why you are there.
Also, overt, you tell them why you're there.
Yeah, I
By
said that
telling them
already.
You're observing.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So for covert, you've concealed your identity. They don't know about your identity. They don't know the reason why you're there. They see you as a new member.
Mhm.
Clear?
Yes.
So, but the advantage about using covert system is that it is useful when you are investigating or researching about crime or deviance.
To be more valid.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So when you are investigating crimes or deviance, that gives you ample opportunity to know more about what you need to know. But the problem about covert system is that you as an observer, you might have to participate in those illegal things they do or those unpleasant things they do. If not, questions will come about, you are a member. Why are you not doing this? You know already that this is what we have. So why are you segmenting yourself from us? Why are you being remote to us? Do you understand? Yeah, so the questions will come, suspicion will come, and that could put the life of the observer in danger. Do you understand covert? Yes. So so whatever the group does, you have to participate. Be it legal, be it unpleasant, you have to be there because you are part of the group. Since you've adopted covert system. So this means, okay, so observer must work hard to ensure that the identity and the purpose is not revealed. Do you understand? For covert, because you already said you are part of the group. So that is what each member will see you as, a new member. So you must work hard to ensure that your identity is not revealed. Is it clear?
Yes.
Now we go to overt role. For overt, this means the group is aware that research is taking place. That is overt here. The group knows that you are not a member. You are there for research. And they already know that there is research taking place.
Yeah.
So the participant observer may well introduce themselves and state the purpose of the observation. So as soon as you come into the group, through the gatekeeper, you introduce yourself, you tell them the purpose of the observation. So the benefit is that researcher may be able to ask questions or interview people, and the participant observer doesn't need to get involved in illegal or pleasant thing done in the group. So because you've unveiled your real identity, so you don't have to participate in those illegal things or unpleasant things they do. You are only there to understand why it's being done, and you need information about it.
Yes.
Do you understand? So as a result of that, you have opportunity to ask questions, do interview, because you are known already that you are an observer. Is it clear?
Sometimes it feels like focus group, right? This observation. When it's over.
If it is focus group, here you're talking about identifying certain group of people from the population to talk about or to observe or to make research upon. It's different. There you're talking about this group based on certain topic. But here we're talking about based on the behavior of that group. You are there, you are observing in a natural scenario. Focus group is not natural, it's based on views of people about what they think about certain topic. That is focus group. But participant observation. Here we're talking about observing people from their natural settings.
Yes.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
So we continue with overt role. For overt role, this means that the group is aware that the research is taking place. And it means that the researcher or the observer might as well introduce himself or herself to the group and state the purpose of the research. The advantage about overt system is that you'll be able, as an observer, you'll be able to interview or question the group. And you don't have to participate in the unpleasant or illegal things they do within that group. I think that is clear. So this takes us to the strengths and limitations of participant observation. For the strengths, they said they are usually high in validity because the normal behavior of the group is observed in its natural setting over a period. So here I wrote highly valid because the behavior of the group is observed in a natural setting. So it is highly valid because here you're talking about certain group of people behaving in a place that they are naturally habitants of it. That this is where they are, this is where they belong. So they are in their environment, and what they do in their environment is simply their identity. So they are known for such behavior because that is their identity within that setting.
Yes.
So it is highly valid. So it brings about deep understanding as things are seen in the point of view of those involved. So because as a participant observer, now you want to see things in their own perspective. You drop you being neutral here. You want to be part of the group to see how things work within that group. So that means you're going to have deep understanding about behavior in that group. That's an advantage. Yes. So you're not just going to judge anymore. You're going to see it based on why they do it, based on you being part of that group. So you're part of the group. Yeah. Then whatever happens in that group, you get used to it. Then maybe that changes your behavior too. So you'll be able to know why they have done that. What makes them to do that? Is it clear? Yes. So those are the advantages of participant observation. Now, the problems about participant observation. The first one, the presence of the participant observer may affect the behavior of the group upon effect. This is if the observer is using overts. Do you understand? Yes. He's not seen as a member. He's seen as a researcher. So that might influence the behavior of the group. Clear. The second problem is that low reliability, as such research might be difficult to repeat. It's difficult to repeat such research. It's because we're talking about human here in different settings. So because we cannot repeat it, then it is not reliable. The third point is that if it is not reliable, it cannot be generalized. We cannot generalize it because we're talking about a behavior of certain people within a group in a setting. So the group, the setting cannot be the setting of other groups. So there will be difference. So you cannot generalize their behavior. Yes. Is it clear? Yes. The fourth point, the researcher needs to have the social characteristic of the group, such as age and gender. So for you to be part of a member, for you to be part of the group, like if I have to be an observer in a high school, maybe in a grade 12 class, I have to be within that age of grade 12. I have to be seen as an individual of that class. So I must portray a social characteristic that defines that group I'm talking about. Yes. Do you understand? Yes. And when I talk about social characteristics, we're talking about the age or the gender.
Sometimes it doesn't matter. Some people like the age, I mean,
or even your
like appearance.
Even your ethnicity, yes, you said?
So your appearance might be like you're young, but you're old. You know?
You must portray a characteristic that makes you to be a member.
Ah, okay.
That's the reality. If not, you are not a member. You can't be part of the group. And that is difficult. The problem is that it is difficult to portray such characteristics. Yes. So it might take time. It might take time. The next one, covert observer might need to spend more time keeping identity rather than gaining information. As a covert system, as a covert observer, you care more about not exposing your identity rather than gaining information. So you are so careful. Whatever you do, you want to ensure that your identity is not unveiled. As a result, you might be losing out on information that you are supposed to be carrying out or gathering. Is it clear?
Maybe you're like suspicious for them and they don't want to give you information.
Yeah, you just be careful so that your identity, you become more careful about your identity than the information that you need to gather. Okay. Do you get it there? Yes, sir. The purpose of being there is to gather information, not to keep your identity. Yes. But for the style that you have adopted, you need to keep your identity. So you are conscious about your identity. Clear? Yes. Researchers may lose their objectivity if they come to agree with terms in the point of view of the group. Now that you are becoming part of the group, you might now see it in their own way, and you feel like what they are doing is good. So you lose your objectivity because you have agreed with terms on what they do.
So you're leaning to their side. That's what I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is dangerous because that's not the purpose of being there.
Oh, yeah.
That means you become subjective.
I have subjective, yeah.
You get it? So then we go to non-participant observation. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay. So for non-participant observation, here I was. This is when the observer observes the group without participating. That means the observer is observing the group without being involved. It could be done through camera, through video recording, and the rest. So this means the main reason for this is that it avoids open effects because you are not participating, you are not there, you are observing from afar. So the group does not know what you are doing. So they will still be behaving their natural way. So open effect is avoided. That's the advantage about it. Yeah. Though it might be illegal because you need for research, you need to seek the consent of the observer of the group. Do you understand?
Yes.
So the problem about this method is that it doesn't allow the researcher to investigate the meaning people attach to the behavior that is being observed. You are observing a behavior, but you won't be able to ask questions about the meanings people have given to such behavior because you are not participating.
So there'll be a limit of information.
All the information you get might be based on your own assumptions and interpretations. And that is a problem.
Yes,
do you get what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
Because you are observing from afar. So whatever attitude that they portray, you see it as it's going to be based on your own point of view. Yes. So your assumptions and interpretation. That's it. So then if it is based on your own assumption and interpretation, then it lacks validity and reliability. Yeah. Because you are being subjective there. Do you understand? Yes. So these are reasons why sometimes it's not important. It's not good to use non-participant observation. You won't be able to understand why people have behaved the way they have behaved. You won't be able to understand the meaning people give to certain things or certain behavior within that group. You know, some people might have called those groups a name. You wouldn't know why they call them that name because you need to get to know through those involved, but you won't be able to ask them questions. So all you do is observe, assume, interpret, then write it down. So that's all about participant and non-participant observation. Is it clear?
Yeah.